Hey everybody, it's Brian Stecker here. This is my very first YouTube live, and I'm right now in beautiful, sunny Hilbert, Wisconsin. This is where I grew up, and want to do this live video. I want to thank everybody who's part of this YouTube community. One of my goals was to make this YouTube more consistent at the beginning of the new year. From the number of questions that I've been getting from my very own community back in Vancouver, Washington. My very own community in Vancouver, Washington. And they've been asking for more of their questions to get answered. So I just started cranking out a couple videos a week to answer their questions, and seems to be going well there. But I have a bigger purpose, and my purpose is to reach 1 million baby boomers in the next 10 years and help them improve the quality of their life and their fitness. And one way to go about that is through inspiring you guys through YouTube, through different speaking engagements that I have, and then my local gym, and then online community that I've got formed with that so far. So this is kind of appropriate to do the YouTube live here out in Wisconsin, because that's where my mission had started with this. I joined the Air Force right out of high school. My parents actually had to sign for me at 17 when I met with the recruiter to get me in, and then I joined the Air Force, and that's where I found my passion for fitness. I was helping other soldiers get fit, and I used the Montgomery GI Bill. I joined the Air National Guard then after my time there, and got my degree in exercise sports science from the University of Wisconsin La Crosse. And then when I finished that up, I went and searched for different job opportunities out there, and the Portland Air National Guard had a position, so I joined the Portland Air National Guard. And then from there I went out and I started my career in fitness. I've been a personal trainer now for over 13 years, and what really got me started with what was called Boomer Fitness was in 2010. My grandfather had passed away, and when he passed away, I started getting a lot of questions from my family back home. I come from a very large family. I have 13 aunts and uncles, and I'm on that side. And they started asking me questions because my grandfather had failing health, and I knew that even though I respected him in so many different ways, when it came to health and fitness, he was respectfully wrong. So it came my way after I was depressed after he passed away. I really loved my grandfather, and what ended up happening is I went into a depression, kind of was like, what's the purpose of this anyway? And as you know, if you lose anyone close to you, you've got to find a way to quickly regain your purpose. So I started to notice that a lot of my clients started asking me a lot of the same questions. They started asking me, they had a lot of the same situations happening to them. They were having their parents pass away, similar to my aunts and uncles. Having lost my grandfather, they had seen the failing health. And who do we learn from? We learn from our parents. So they didn't have an effective strategy, and I started noticing that with my clients. And then one day, my purpose became larger than just becoming a trainer, but I noticed that my true passion was working with individuals over the age of 40, 50, and 60, because I found that I really resonated to what they wanted to do. I saw them as family. I saw them as people that really respected my opinion, in that would put to work the strategies that I would give them. And that's how Boomer Fitness was formed. One day I was just sitting there and I said to myself, what should I name this? And all of a sudden it hit me. It's like, love working with boomers, and I love fitness. And that's how it came to be, Boomer Fitness. I get asked that often, where people start to say, hey, how'd you become a boomer? Was that your nickname? Oh, drop my pen there. Is that your nickname? I'm sorry I don't have my stand here. I just came here on vacation, and I figured I'd answer some of the most frequently questions that I've been getting in our community back in Vancouver, and some of the questions that I've been getting from you guys here in the YouTube. And you'll notice I'm in the country, so you guys can enjoy a nice view other than inside the gym. So I just got a couple question answers. I plan to make these more frequent for you. So as you start to have your questions, I want you just to drop them down in the comment section, and I'll make sure I keep them coming for you. Like always, give this some likes and give this some shares. The reason why you want to do that is because there's somebody out there, and I have this a lot in my local community and online, is that somebody will share this, somebody will like this, and when they like and they share it, they hear the message, and maybe they've been crying themselves to sleep at night because they've tried everything and they don't know what to do anymore, and then they hear this message. It's uplifting, it's positive, and it helps inspire them to take some action and start to build that belief in themselves. Because a lot of time I find is there's been so many magic pills that we've been sold, and what ends up happening with that magic pill being sold to us is that we then begin to lose trust in those things. We begin to lose faith in our ability to get the results, and it's not that it's you, it's the strategy that has what caused you to go astray. So this is helping you get a more effective strategy to help you guys achieve your fitness goals and to build that belief in yourself that it is possible to be healthy and fit over the age of 50. I don't want to get on a soapbox too much here, but right now one of the biggest challenges happening with boomers is the rising cost of healthcare. I don't know about you. If you've had a chance to take a look at how much your health insurance costs per month, it's enormous, and it's putting a huge strain on our economy. If you've been reading a lot in the news, you'll find that the biggest bubble that's going to burst is that of the healthcare system, because there's such a strain on the healthcare system right now. And if you look at the top diseases, I think 7 out of 10 of them can be prevented with diet and exercise. So that is to give you hope that you can have a great quality of life. You don't have to take handfuls of pills. You can have a better healthcare insurance premium because you're healthier, you're fit, and you don't have to rely on a system that's probably most likely going to fail you. The other things that are going to happen with that is there's so many other things that are going on right now. It's like the low libido thing. Everybody's talking about that too. It's like a lot of that can be prevented with diet and exercise. So yeah, keep your questions coming. I'm here to inspire you, to get you some great strategies to move you in that direction, and we'll have plenty of guests on as we continue to grow over here at YouTube. All right, so the first question that I had from our community was from Yulia, and Yulia, her question this week is, she's doing phenomenal on her fitness goals. She's one of our one of our private groups back at the gym, where she's doing some advanced training and other things, and she is making outstanding results, taking her fitness to the next level. And it came out that Yulia, her question is, she's got to be home for her husband. So how does she continue her outstanding weight loss progress despite having to be home there for her husband as he's going through some challenging times physically? So the first thing you have to realize is that you're not going to always have everything go perfectly and everything go your way. So you're going to have to manage as much as you can, so that way when things come up like this, you can keep making yourself first, because when you make yourself first, you'll have more energy to give to the more people around you. So the thing that you can do for yourself is to realize that this is a priority for you, and you just have to manage it a little bit differently. And the strategy for that would be to, first off, number one, would be to, if you're going to be more around home more, find the 2 days that maybe you can get to the gym to do some of these weight training workouts. And on the other days, I would get more of a body weight circuit training style workouts that you can do from home. When it comes to your cardiovascular training, and you're shooting for a certain number of days, and say, I know yourself, you've been doing multiple 45-minute days of cardio, is that you'd want to break it up over the day into smaller chunks, 10-15 minute chunks, as long as you're keeping your heart rate into those zones, and then finding ways to get that high intensity interval cardio in. So Yulia, you're going to have to plan your nutrition. So you're going to be at home, which is great. Pick a time where you can go out and have all your food, get all your food ready for you. so you have it available. The biggest thing that challenges people is they're not prepared and the planning's not there. So by having your food ahead of time in the house, it'll prevent you from going off the rails a little bit when it comes to your nutrition. The second thing that I would do then is, like I said, break the cardio up. Find 2 days that they're non-negotiable. You're going to get to the gym, get your weight training workouts in, and then do some body weight circuits. And we've got some great ones on the channel here with the TRX, with body weight, with small weight. So there's plenty of resources there for you, Yulia. Thanks for your question, and we'll keep that going for you also. All right. The next one comes from Brenda. She is a little bit overwhelmed right now with her weight loss journey, and she has a significant amount of weight to lose. Where do we start? All right, Brenda, very great question. The best thing that you can do if you have a significant amount of weight loss is start small. How do you eat? How do you eat a whale? One bite at a time. So this is going to be a big project for you. I would start off by just taking a positive action forward, and then picking out 2 days that you can make it to do a resistance training workout. Pick out your magic time where you're blocking out time in your schedule that nothing else is going to interrupt your schedule when it comes to your workouts. So that time's blocked off first thing in the morning, preferably because there's no distractions and you can work on your number one priority. And then start small. Maybe for you, it's just start logging your food. And when you start logging your food there, what that's going to do for you is start to see, okay, what am I taking in? And then maybe the next week you're logging your food, but now you're noticing, okay, I've got this food list and I'm going to start subbing out some of the processed foods with more nutrient-dense protein sources, carbohydrates, and fats. Maybe you'll notice there's a lot of processed foods you're taking in. You'll start to remove some of those. And then just lock in 2 times that you can get a good weight training workout in, because what that's going to do for you is anybody can do 2 days. And then once you do those 2 days, you'll notice your nutrition will start self-correcting, and you'll start to see some of that weight loss that you'll get. It's going to excite you, and then you're going to start asking the question, how else can I improve in my health and fitness? What other small things can I do? And it'll start stacking on top of each other, and you'll start stacking success, and you'll start getting some outstanding results in your fitness plan. So that's how I would approach it with an overwhelming thing. And a theme that's in our gym that I'm going to get put on the wall soon is 1 day at a time, 1 workout at a time, 1 meal at a time. That's all you can do. If you start thinking too far out in the future, that's when the overwhelm sets in. That's when you think it's impossible to achieve your goals. I've always been like this, and that's where you need to break yourself free of that. Just take it 1 day at a time, 1 meal at a time, 1 workout at a time. Eat a whale 1 bite at a time, and you make that magic time blocked out in your schedule. You take a plan, you go to the gym, and you just focus on doing the best you can with that plan. You'll find ways to improve, start logging your food, and then you'll start making some adjustments with your foods from there. All right, so Brenda, great question. Yulia, great question. All right, next one comes from Perry, is how do I stay fit while traveling? That's what I'm doing right now. If you follow me over on Instagram, you can find me at Boomer Fitness USA, Boomer Fitness USA, or over at the Facebook fan page. You can find me over there at Boomer Fitness, where we give a lot of these strategies, and we've got a couple videos about that on the YouTube station. So if you know me, a lot of success. So what I want to say is I'm traveling right now, and I could easily just throw my hands up. And I did a lot of that while in the military, traveled a lot, and I could just threw my hands up and say, life's not perfect, I'm not going to get my result. Yeah, you have to prioritize. Fitness has got to be a priority, especially over 40, 50, and 60. The reason why, your metabolism changing, hormones are changing, and the only way to slow those things down is with diet and exercise. So first of all, foremost, you've got to make it a priority and realize that you're at cause, you're not at the effect, that you're in control of these things. So it comes down to planning. So I learned this from one of my good mentors, Bedros, and Bedros had taught me, when you're on the road, you're lean. When you're at home, you build. So at home you have all your resources to be most successful cooking, all those things, the gym's there. But when you're on the road, you've got to plan. So you're going to plan. There's some bugs landing on the thing. You're going to plan. You're going to plan by looking at, is there a hotel gym? Is there a gym in reference to your hotel? Are you going to dinner meetings? What kind of things are going to be there to eat? Will you have a kitchen available? What kind of snacks can you prepare ahead of time? How many days can you actually realistically work out? What's the earliest meeting going to start? Do I wake up 30 minutes earlier? So a lot of it comes down to planning. So start planning about where you can eat, what's on those menus, and then where you can get those workouts in, and then find ways to where you can start your first day. Focus on your goal, see it, hear it, feel it, experience it, so that way when you're on the road, if there's any things that comes up, that goal will be in the forefront of your mind, and you will be able to tackle your day and have success. Also realize that you got to have realistic goals with traveling. You're not going to, if you're having rapid fat loss of 4 pounds per week and you're a beginner, that's going to slow down. Maybe you're more experienced. Realize maybe you'll stabilize, because if you eat out, eat light, they still put sodium in a lot of these foods, and you may gain a little weight, but that's water weight, so you're not going to let that stop you. So Perry, great question. The next one comes from Nikki. What are the best weight loss supplements for fat loss? So first, I always talk about having good diet and good nutrition, and a lot of times people are looking for supplements as the magic pill. Looking for weight loss, I would say you need to have your calorie deficit. So I would have a good solid meal replacement supplement. It's going to help you in a bind. Say, like our last question, if you're traveling, it's a good meal replacement supplement. It's going to be nutrient dense, so you're going to get some good quality nutrition. So a good meal replacement supplement, a good quality, low in sugar, and good healthy omega-3 fatty acids in that. So I would say a good meal replacement supplement, good multivitamin to replace nutrients that you're not getting from your diet. So a good green supplement has all your micronutrients in it also. If you want to take it up a level, things like L-carnitine, it's an amino acid that's going to help transfer fatty acids into the mitochondria for energy. So L-carnitine would be a good one also. So those are the ones that I would start off with to start helping you with that. The next one happens with Carrie, and Carrie is, what do I do when I hit a plateau? All right, so it's inevitable. We're all going to hit a plateau. We need to look at a couple things. And one that I'm noticing, the biggest one that I'm noticing out there, is we're undernourishing ourselves. We all know we need to be in a calorie deficit. So ladies, we need to not go below 1,200. We're really damaging our metabolism. We need to make sure we're getting at least 1,200 calories in a day. 30% of it good protein, 50% of it good carbs, 20% of it good quality fats. Make sure we're getting make sure we're going in that realm. Sorry about that. So yeah, make sure you're getting good quality nutrients, you're keeping the calorie deficit, and then you want to look at your exercise plan. Are you doing steady state cardio all the time? Is there an opportunity to add in hits to bring up the intensity in it? Have you been challenging yourself in your weight training? Do you keep a journal? Are you trying to do one more rep every workout? So those are some ways that I would start looking at breaking through a plateau. Do I cycle through different macronutrients? Maybe a couple days your carbohydrates are a little bit higher. Maybe one day you're bringing your carbohydrates bringing it a little lower. Maybe 3 days your carbs are lower, one day they're higher. So are you cycling different macronutrients? Do some macronutrient manipulation. All right. So the next one comes from Larry. What is the most important mindset tip to have sustained success? I would say the most important mindset tip, sustained success, is that your journey never stops, that this is a lifestyle that you're going to adopt for life, that this is a lifestyle that you're going to sustain, that this is a lifestyle that you're doing for the rest of your life. This isn't a weight loss plan. This isn't an exercise plan. This is a lifestyle that's going to allow you to do the things you love to do in your retirement, either spend time with your family, be around for your grandchildren's wedding. Maybe for you it's traveling, be able to do the things you love to do when you travel. Maybe it's to be more active. So that would be the number one mindset. I would say find ways to make it sustainable. Find ways to make it fun. There are events that you can sign up. Is there a Spartan race you can sign up for? Is there a hiking group that you can be part of? Is there a 5K you can do? Find ways to make it sustainable and to make it fun. Because the more fun you're having with it, the more sustainable it is, the more it's going to be a long-term lifestyle habit. All right. Okay. Next one comes from Samantha. They have a significant, Samantha has a significant other in their life and wants to learn how to be, how to get them aboard to be more fit. The most successful way that I saw for helping a significant other one to be more fit is to be the leader. And I had this with a few clients where they started to make fitness a priority for themselves, and they didn't even translate that over to the other person. What they did is say, hey, I just want support. So what they started doing is bringing their clothes with them to work. They started not only bringing their clothes to work, they left work a little bit early, and a couple months went by, a couple weeks went by, and what they ended up finding is that over time they saw that that person started to make those positive changes, so it positively influenced them to make those changes in their life. So that's how you start. You got to start with yourself. Just ask them for support and saying, hey, I'm going to do these things. I'm going to be spending some time here, maybe first thing in the morning, like we talk about a lot. So it's the number one priority of your day. So you're making progress in that area that you need, you want support with it, that you appreciate their support for it, and reinforce that every time you go about that. So those were the main questions that I've gotten in my private Facebook group, private groups, that the questions that I kind of see over and over again. I hope that this helped you guys over here on YouTube and kind of gave you a little bit more of a story about what I'm doing and what my mission is. So make sure you give this some likes, some love, some shares, so we can get this message out there so people can positively move their health in a positive direction and help them get away from the magic pills, the things out there that aren't working for them. Also, you can find me over at Instagram at Boomer Fitness USA. Post a lot of great pictures about activity, clients in the gym, strategies that work well. Over at the Boomer Fitness fan page at Yahoo. Also, you know, I've been posting a link with an exercise plan that it's about a week long that you can do for 4 to 6 weeks, and it's really simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. You follow it, and what it will do for you is start helping you make some progress in that direction. Had a lot of positive feedback with that, so you can find that in the description box in a number of these videos. Enter your email address and we'll send that over to you. So hope that was a great help. Yeah, just drop your questions down below. I'll keep these coming for you, and it's truly an honor to serve, and this is a really fun way to connect with you guys, and thanks for letting me support you on this mission. You guys make it a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.